Hey everybody. We were not able to record our annual planning intensive for 2025 this past weekend. Nick and I decided that it was going to be better for us to just go ahead and hop on and go through this kind of breakdown, so that way you guys can still fill this out on your own, fill out this goal sheet that we've put together, in your own time.
That
So
way
we
you
still
have at
want
least a
you.
little something. We're trying to make something work.
Exactly. So if anything, this is our gift to you, for you guys to be able to set it for success this year for 2025.
Yeah, so let's jump right into this, shall we?
Yes, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me know when you can see it.
Here it is, Annual Planning Intensive 2025.
Yep, so here we are. I am going to, whenever we post or give this video, I will send you a copy of this document so that way you have it. Some people I've already handed it out to, so that way they can print it out ahead of time. And if you would like to, you're more than welcome to print this out and just fill it in with pencil or paper or pen or pencil. But if you can, you should be able to fill this out digitally as well.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and just hop right into it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
figured I'd jump right into it kind of myself as well, kind of maybe inspire you and give you ideas, get the blood pumping and get the brain going to kind of give you an idea on what to put down for yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, so starting out, I just want you to list your wins. What are the biggest wins that you had in 2024?
Getting my strength back.
Strength,
That was the biggest one, getting my body restored and getting my strength back.
100%. Let's see, my biggest win probably, I can't even think of what my biggest win was. There was a lot of things that happened last year, you know. I'd say probably my biggest win for last year, I'm gonna say, is just competing in my first strongman competition. That was something I never thought I would be able to do, and I did it. Uh, that would probably be my biggest win. As we're going through this as well, feel free to pause the video and fill out your answer if you need a little bit more time to think. But we're just gonna keep moving and going through this. Okay, so moving on to this next portion here, let's just measure backwards. Let's take a step back and let's look at all the different areas of our lives. Starting out with our love relationships, all the way through our environment. I want you to, in the my rating area, on a scale of 1 to 5, I want you to put in there, where you feel like you land in that rating. One being needs lots of improvement, five being excellent. You
Yeah,
did great. That was your
yep,
strong suit.
for sure. And I would also encourage you not to pick three because that's kind of a cop out riding the fence number. So
Yes.
1 to 2, it either needs a lot, it's either desperately needs improvement or it could be better. And then 4 and 5 is this is great and I enjoyed or this was phenomenal.
Yes.
Just to kind of give you an
Uh,
idea there.
Absolutely. And everybody's life is obviously going to look different. So most people are going to have, your answers and your ratings are going to vary. That's okay. But this is for you, just you, to look at and to get an idea of maybe what areas you want to improve in this next year.
Sure.
Moving on, once you are done with that section, we're going to move down to the bottom section. So this is getting more into the specific areas of which we're going to be setting goals. We've got your spiritual walk. How is that going on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being excellent. This is my strength. One being definitely needs improvement. Um, so Going through, starting with your spiritual walk, then how is your training? How did you do a lot of training this last year? We're looking at this past year. How did that go on a scale of 1 to 5? Then your nutrition, your mindset, and your lifestyle. Look at each one of these. Really think about this past year. How did things go this past year? And put that rating in the box.
Absolutely. So if I were to do this myself, I'd put love relationship as 4, friendship and family both as 5, adventures as let's go with 2, and environment let's also go with 2. We could always do better there. And then for areas of life, I'm gonna put spiritual as 4 because it has been improving the past year. I just, we could always do better. I'll probably, especially for spirituality, never put a five unless it's just phenomenal.
Right.
Training, I'm definitely putting as a four. It went a lot better. Got my strength back. Nutrition, got my strength
Mhm.
back four. Mindset, we're gonna go ahead and put that as a two. Still a one or a two. There's still a lot to work to be done there. And then lifestyle, we'll go ahead and put that as a two because it could definitely get better as well.
Absolutely. I think that's another thing that is important to recognize is that we more than likely we're never at our peak and there's
Yep.
always an area to improve. So if there are, even if you've got all lower numbers, that's okay because that just means that we have lots of different things that we can add as goals for this next
Yes.
year.
And one to two doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. That's just what you want to focus on improving this next year. So like, I
Exactly.
could have put love relationship at one or two. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean we're not getting along. That just means like that's where I want to focus my energy and my everything on in the future. So,
Exactly.
I want to focus more on improving my environment and lifestyle to make sure I'm moving forward and fulfilling my goals, achieving what I want to achieve, as well as just
Right.
improving my mindset. Those are my main
Absolutely.
focuses. That doesn't necessarily, I mean, it obviously kind of does lean towards maybe they are the worst part of ourselves, the lesser part of ourselves, but that I'm not going to necessarily put a label on it that it's bad.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and it also goes to show of like um the areas that you probably see the most negative in.
Yeah.
So sometimes with those things, it's good to just be honest with yourself, put that rating on there, because then you can use those as areas that you want to improve, and that's not a bad thing at all.
Be honest, but not overly harsh,
Yeah.
for sure.
So once you are finished putting in this rating right here and these two main boxes, I want you to pick three of these areas that you want to improve in the next 12 months. So we've looked at all of these. There's a lot here. Let's just focus on three of them. Let's pick three of them that you know that you want to improve and list them here.
Let's do. Let's do environment, mindset, and lifestyle.
Yeah,
Because I want to create
100%.
an environment for success that helps put me in the right mindset, improve my mindset, and then, of course, have the right habits to support my environment and to support my mindset. It kind of all rolls together.
Yeah, it all goes together.
hmm
Those are good ones.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yes. So once you are done putting in those three areas that you want to improve in the next 12 months, we'll scroll down here to looking at this question. What does a win look like for you in the next 12 months? What's that even going to look like? I have three different areas here, three different options. Write down just three examples. Okay, what would a win look like?
Okay, so I'm gonna put mine down, but I'm also gonna preface this. At the end of the day, with all that I've been through, I would be happy just to be stronger again, just to be stronger and better off than where I am now. However, let's also get specific, and it's okay to get ambitious because it needs to be in order to be anything we're striving for, right? So I'm just gonna
Hmm.
throw mine out there. One big win would be a 400-pound bench press. That would
Hmm.
also, which these all kind of go hand in hand, but I'd like a 400-pound bench press by the end of the year. If it doesn't happen, then maybe a state record or two for powerlifting. That's another big goal. And then I want um I want a much more systemized. Well, that's still being broad. I want a much more systemized and smooth running business in the sense that I know there's a lot of stuff we're wanting to change this year and we're feeling like we're being led to move in a certain direction, but I want to make sure that we've accomplished all that stuff.
Right? Yeah.
But what does a win look like? Being a great leader, being
Hmm.
a successful leader. So we'll call it
Hmm.
that way.
100%.
Yeah.
So after you have put in what does a win look like in the next 12 months? Well, what's that going to look like for you? I want you to think about how are you going to celebrate? whenever you do, I'm going to say when and not if, when you achieve these things,
When?
how are you planning to celebrate? Are you going to
Okay.
celebrate with people or are you going to celebrate on your own? Uh, what's that going to look like? And I will also say, uh, within American culture, and well, not just American culture, but a lot of cultures, when we celebrate, we eat. That's like a really common thing.
Yep.
And so I want to encourage you to do something that is not celebrating by eating. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's even for me personally, because I feel like that's such a go-to. It's like, oh, let's celebrate, let's go out to eat, or let's have a big dinner, or something like that. Fellowship, I think, is important, and getting together with people, or even like making memories, like different ways that you can reward yourself that isn't going to be just feeding your body. Does that
Yes. That isn't just stuff in your face. I'm glad you prefaced that. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this because it does kind of roll all together. But like
Okay.
in one sense, if I can get the business running smooth and stuff the way we're wanting it to and make the changes necessary and move forward like we're wanting, I'll be able to take some time off. So like celebrate with like a vacation or at least time off. And then yes, like you said, fellowship. So I'd like to go back home and visit friends and family for a while. And then the third one, which once again it may tie too close to food, like if we're doing good enough, we could try to go on that cruise you keep saying you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you and me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Being
I
able
mean,
to take an adventure or something.
yeah, I mean that is what I said I wanted to improve on, so that would get me going someplace.
That's true.
There
That's
you
true.
go.
Cool. So once you have filled in your how you want to celebrate, then we'll move on here to the not to do list. So these are all the things we're gonna focus. We're gonna focus on just three of them, but I want you to think about all the things that you want to not do this year. What are maybe some things that you have done that you want to stop doing, maybe habits you want to break, or even just things that maybe you haven't struggled with, but you could see that coming up in the future, that might be a temptation. And
Absolutely.
you want to make sure that you don't do that. Maybe you've seen somebody else go down a certain path and you don't want to follow them down that path, whether that's someone in your family, someone maybe in your environment that hasn't been a healthy person in your environment. But write down just anything that you can think of, all the things that you do not want to do. This is the not to do list. So, not what you want to do.
Oh
What
yeah,
do you
yeah,
not want to
right,
do?
right, right. So yeah, staying up late, don't want to do that anymore. Don't want to sleep in anymore. Don't want to procrastinate anymore.
Mhm.
Um, I don't want to quit early anymore. I need to find that fine line between rest and work, but I need to not quit early, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I need to, procrastination was one, not get stagnant would be another one. I know that kind of goes hand in hand, but they're different enough that I'm going to throw them on each on there. So I probably couldn't fill the list, but if you think long
Yeah.
enough,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And you guys can absolutely pause the video if you need to take some more time on this. I know
Yeah,
that this is a
not
deep
act
question.
yeah, not acting out through emotion, not letting my negative feelings get the better of me. I want to do better on that. You know, to be
Hmm.
successful, you got to do it when you're happy, do it when you're sad, do it when you're tired. So,
Yeah, exactly. So once you have filled out this list or everything that you can think of, then I want you to pick three of them. Top three things that you are not going to do this year.
okay, not gonna stay up too late, not going to procrastinate, and then not going to let the negative feelings get the better of me.
Okay, there we go. So once you have put in those top three things you want to be intentional about that you are not going to do this year, that you are going to put a stop to those bad habits, then let's talk about the next actions. What are the applicable steps that you can do to not do that anymore and to overcome those?
Yes. So the first one would be to set an alarm before I go to bed. Or set an
Okay.
alarm to go to bed. So set an alarm of like I was thinking like set an alarm 2 hours before I lay down. Or no, set an hang on, what is it now? Set an alarm 2 hours before I go to bed. So that one goes off. That's like all work is done. Now we're like
Mhm.
in getting ready for bed mode. So it's like, okay, if I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat. If I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna shower. Then an
Yeah.
hour, and then an hour out, an alarm goes off. That's like, okay, you like best be relaxing and working on getting to bed within the next 60 minutes.
Yes.
So that could be like an 8 p.m. alarm, a 9 p.m. alarm, and I'm trying to be in bed and preferably asleep by 10 p.m.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. So those are the next steps.
Yes.
Uh, what realistically are we going to do to not do those things anymore?
Yeah. So
Uh,
then the next one was going to be just 3 words, do it now. And then the fourth one was just, do it tired, do it happy, do it sad, do it, just do it. So do
right?
it now and then do it.
Yes. Uh, cool. So once you have filled in those next actions, think about it. And if anyone watching this would want help with like maybe you don't know what actions to take, what if maybe you are completely blocked and you have no idea what to put down here. Maybe you have tried in the past and the only things that you can think of to do have not worked. We would love for you to reach out to us. We could totally have a one-on-one conversation, and be able to kind of help guide you, at least get some direction on where to go moving forward. Whether that's us giving you some resources, pointing you to a direction that can help, or if we
Absolutely.
would be able to link arms together, be able to walk you through uh, cutting out bad habits and adding in good habits.
Yep.
That's kind of what we do.
Yeah,
So
what we'd
we would
like to
love to help
do
you.
is we're going to have a link in the description below, and we're going to, you can click on that to book a call with us. And really, that's just to kind of let us know, talk about your situation and what your goals are, because we got to figure out if we can even help you and then how we help you best. If we feel like it's a good fit and we could work together, we'll make you an offer to work with you. If not, we'll at least talk with you about it so you have a good, better understanding than what you had before on what you need to do moving forward in order to achieve your health and fitness goals, get wherever you want to be. And we might even send you some resources if we've got them in order to help you. So you won't leave this call empty-handed. So it'll be good to see it through. We are excited to see you and excited to see how we can help you in the best way possible. So it'll be good to meet you.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. So then moving forward, we've got our forward focuser. So, 3 questions. What is it I want to experience?
Yeah,
How is it that I will need to grow? And how is it that I want to contribute? Whenever
absolutely.
we're going through and setting our goals, um, we need to think about, okay, well, what are the things that I want to be able to experience by achieving these goals? What are the ways that I need to grow? How do I need to grow in order to reach these goals? And what do I want to do to contribute? If your goal is to get stronger, what are the ways that you're going to use that ability of being strong to help to pour into other people, or to be able to help in your family, or in your environment, however you wanted to contribute?
Yeah, so I'm going to experience success, a big bench, maybe some success in powerlifting, some accolades for me. How is it do I need to grow in order to achieve this experience? I need to be much better consistently and just make sure that the next 12 months and the rest of this year are consistent with training, nutrition, mindset, and lifestyle, the 4 areas of strength and conditioning, as well as just doing it for the rest of the year, staying consistent, injury and sickness free, and then putting it all together at the end of the year. And how is it that I want to contribute? So, simply put, the knowledge and experience I gather from the next year, getting going on this journey and achieving that success will make me that much of a better coach, and it'll be reciprocated through coaching online, through coaching face to face, and just really just about every interaction I have with the person in a very broad sense, just because I'll be more well-rounded and I'll have been there.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to put it, but I know that it'll kind of come natural for how I'll be able to contribute through this.
there we go. Love it.
All right.
So sweet. Once you have filled out this area, then we're going to move on to the 4 drivers. So before we go straight into these 4 areas, which is the 4 puzzle pieces, I want you to think about this question right here. How do I want my strength and conditioning to look in 12 months from now? In 12 months, where do you want your strength and conditioning to be?
Okay.
Second question, what is the biggest obstacle standing in my way? I know so many people that would just put most of the time we're the main thing standing in our way.
Yeah.
But I
I
want you
got
to think
a
about this.
I got a good one for this one. So, based off what coaches told me, I'm hoping that, could possibly have a 600-pound squat and deadlift at some point and then a 400-pound bench, which is outrageous, but that's what I want to do. And then I'm going to
Yes.
be the confident one and say, what is my biggest obstacle standing in my way? Father time. It's just a matter of getting there, right? Or at least that's what
Hmm.
I'm going to try to do. And I'm not going to be specific on body weight. I've been told to just focus on the numbers. So.
Yep, exactly. I get you.
I don't know. I've staked my claim. We'll see. I know exactly how big it is, and trust me, it made me nervous even saying it. So I guess, it's that saying, if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. So
Right? Okay, so once you have put these in, we're gonna look at these four areas of our strength and conditioning and our health and fitness. So we've got our training, our nutrition, our mindset, and our lifestyle. So these are the four puzzle pieces that we talk about all the time. Uh, there's so much more that goes into being in shape and being healthy than just working out and eating food. There's so much more that goes into it. And so I want you to look at these areas. If you've got a pen or a pencil and you're doing this, you can just circle the areas within like your training. Where is your training at? Is it a problem? Is it a weakness? Is it a strength of yours, or is it a superpower? Same thing with your nutrition, your mindset, and your lifestyle. If you are digitally filling this out, you can make it bold print, whatever it is that is your answer that you would circle. You can just make it bold. Um, but I want you to think about that. Think about each one of these areas and where do they sit in your life right now?
for sure. I'm gonna take a guess and say training and nutrition are both a strength at 75%. My mindset and lifestyle are probably currently sitting at about 50%. If I can get all four of them to 100, that'll be how I achieve my goal. It's a lofty goal, like I keep saying, but if I can dial everything in and be pretty close to perfect this next year, and with everything looking up the way it is, like there's a chance.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and if you don't have your goals a little bit higher, I mean, we can't always have goals that are achievable tomorrow.
Yes.
We need to have long-term goals, and this is what we're talking about. We're talking
Yeah.
about long-term goals here.
Yep.
So even if it's going to take you longer than a year, still write it down.
Yep.
You're still working your way towards reaching a specific goal.
Yep. At least you made some progress towards it.
So we're starting to wrap up here with this last page. So with this page, these are three simple questions. Simple, maybe not always easy to answer. Number one, what is working well for you? What is working well right now in all those areas that we talked about? Your training, your nutrition, your mindset, and your lifestyle. What's working well? And then what's not working? What's not been going very well? And then lastly, what can I do to make 2025 better than 2024?
So working well, the current routine I have is making progress. What's not working? One of my elbows, we're currently working on trying to fix that. And what can I do to make 2025 better than 2024? I'll go ahead and Coach Nick will help you out. Trainer Nick will help you out and give you this last one. Just be 1% better than you were the day before each and every day. You do that, you'll be infinitely better. That's all I'm trying to do is, did I get a
Hmm.
little bit more done today than I did last time? Was I able to do a little bit more today than I was yesterday? Was I stronger
Yes.
today than yesterday? Was I more consistent today than yesterday? Just takes
Yes,
a little
100%.
bit.
Absolutely.
Yesterday I drank
Absolutely.
one glass of water. Today I drink two. It could be as simple as that and slowly build off of that each and every day.
Absolutely. I think that's an important thing to talk about too, is that um, we didn't get to where we are. today in an unhealthy way overnight. So
Yes.
it's not going to be a quick you're back in shape within even just a few days of working out, or even just a couple weeks of working out. It's something that happens by consistently doing something over and over and over again over a long period of time.
Absolutely.
So just like it maybe took you years to get to the place where you're at, where you're like, okay, I need to make changes. It's also going to take you more than just a short period of time to be able to kind of reverse that and to get to where you are stronger. It's going to take years. It's going to take day in and day out of doing the same things consistently, small steps. So don't be discouraged. There's this thing called the Valley of Disappointment where people get super disappointed because they're not seeing the results of what they've been working towards. We actually we recorded a podcast with one of our clients not too long ago, and he talked about how he weeks had gone by and he just wasn't seeing the results of the training and the nutrition and the habits and all these things. He wasn't seeing the results, wasn't seeing the results. And then all of a sudden, it was just like bam. And it was like result after result after result after result. And he was being able to see all of this hard work that he had been putting in finally come like to be seen. All of these results were becoming valid. He was being able to see the validity of the work that he had put in. So when you go through, more than likely you are going to hit a valley of disappointment. Everybody has their valley. So when you see that you are in that valley, when you start to recognize that you're getting upset because you're not seeing the results of the work that you're putting in, I want you to stop and I want you to remind yourself why you're even doing this. Think about what is your why. I should have put that in here on this goal sheet. What is your why? Why are you training? Why are you setting goals? Why are you trying to be successful? Why are you trying to make progress in these areas? Because if you don't have a solid foundation of why you're doing this, anytime you get to that valley of disappointment, which can be like this,
Oh yeah.
you can hit it at any part in your journey, then it's going to be really easy for you to give up. And our job here is to help you not give up. We're here to encourage you and to help you get through those valleys, so that way you can see the results of the hard work that you are putting in.
Absolutely.
Well, that is the conclusion of this goal sheet that we were wanting to go through with you guys uh, along with you. So I'm glad we were at least able to throw something together like this
Absolutely.
um, to help you guys go through this on your own. I'm excited for you guys to fill this out and to really work on your steps moving forward
For
to
sure.
be successful this year. And like we talked about, kind of in the middle of everything, we want to help you. We want to encourage you. We want to inspire you. We want to help you along. So if you are going through this and you have filled this out and you're thinking, okay, this is great. I have this all written out, but there's a difference between knowing what I need to do and actually doing what I need to do. If you are feeling that way and you're not currently working with us, or even if you are, if you are working with us and you want a little bit more help, maybe you want a little bit more accountability or whatever it is that you feel like you need, we would love to help you with that. So book a call with the link in in the comments below or in the bio below in this video. Um, in the description, and we would love to chat with you one on one, and set up a game plan and be able to help give you the resources, the tools, as well as then just the accountability and the friendship and the community to be able to help you get through this year, be able to achieve your goals. And then be able to look back in, January 2026 and say, I am so thankful that I made the success that I did, that I reached these goals and that I didn't give up.